What's up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. Alright, so this is a video that I do usually about every week, or really whenever Pokemon news drops. For all the newbies out there, I just cover the news going on in the Pokemon world. So any leaks that might drop, anything that Centro drops, or anything like that, any news, happenings in the Pokemon community, I bring them up here in my little Pokemon news show. But usually we talk about leaks and stuff from Twitter. So today we're going to be talking about some interesting stuff going on with being able to change abilities through Pokemon Home. We've got updates to Pokemon Competitive coming in July. We have a big story going on about Pokemon in APAC, the Pokemon competitive scene over there in Asia. So we got some pretty interesting stuff to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to say thank you because we have hit 1,000 subscribers. I believe we're at 1,029 or so last time I checked. So I didn't think we were gonna hit 1,000 until at least July. And y'all just said, no, we're gonna do that today. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it now. So thank you. Also the support for the Tears of the Haters video. I was just having fun because I had writer's block. I couldn't really write anything. There was no news going down. So I was like, let's go look at some salty people on Twitter, and y'all seem to like it. So I think I have one more of those I could do, because there are two more people that are relatively big name people. One of them is an actual game developer, and the other one is probably my new favorite YouTuber for all the wrong reasons. So I think I could do one more of those videos. But thank you for the support. Thank you for getting me to 1,000. Let's get on into the news. Pokemon Home. So 3.0.0 is out. As of this recording, I have not tried it yet. I've heard some bad things. I've heard some people say that they've lost specific Pokemon trying to transfer them over. So I don't know. I can't confirm or deny nothing because I haven't messed with it yet. So it's going to be interesting. But other than the move tutor or the move tailor, they also have an ability tailor. So basically, ability changes according to Pokemon Central Pokemon leaks. Ability changes like movesets will reset when transferred to other games. This affects both ability capsules and ability patches. So, clarification, this is only for ability changes in games other than the origin game that the Pokemon is from, right? So, for example, take a Blaze Charizard from BDSP. You transfer it to Scarlet and Violet, and they give it an ability patch, and now it has solar power, because that's the new ability for Charizard in Scarlet and Violet. However, if you transfer that Charizard back to BDSP, or to the eventual Gen 10 games, it will have Blaze again, because more than likely, the Gen 10 games might have solar power Charizard, so that might change. But BDSP does not have solar power Charizard, so that's why it diverts back to its original Blaze. But if you take a Pokemon from BDSP and have its ability change there, the modded ability will be present in other games. So if you change the ability in BDSP before sending it anywhere else, it'll have whatever ability you changed it to in BDSP. So that's actually pretty interesting. An ability changer, that's kind of game changing, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I would have liked it if the move changer was more useful, but this is not entirely bad. This is not entirely bad. So the next big thing we have is the big Pokemon competitive update. So they're going to shake up competitive starting June 1st. Pokemon transferred from previous gens can now be used in competitive. Most Pokemon programmed in the games can be used, including Alolain, Hisuian, and Galarian forms. The debut of the Hisui Pokemon in competitive, which basically means that you're going to be seeing freaking Ursaluna everywhere. All right, she's gonna be everywhere. All right, she's gonna be everywhere like Cocaine Bear, bro. That's what you're gonna be seeing. I've already seen people talk about what sets they want to make. I'm like, bruh, I don't even know. How do we deal with that? How do we deal with that, man? Oh my gosh. I don't play OU, so you know what I'm saying? It's not my problem. I'm gonna stay right here in UU where it's all nice and peaceful. Y'all can keep Cocaine Bear to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So restricted legendaries and mythicals are banned. This also includes Walking Wake and Iron Leaves, which are not legendaries, but they're also banned with all the legendaries. So, speaking of Pokemon Competitive, we have to get into the bad news about Pokemon Competitive. What's going on in Korea? Alright, so this last story is an interesting one because it involves Pokemon VGC, basically the competitive esports side of Pokemon. And I've also been watching some VGC stuff because, again, I want to get back into competitive Pokemon. This story is pretty interesting because these Korean players ended up getting disqualified for basically using a Pokemon setup that Nintendo did not like. Basically using Metronome. So, it starts off with, hello, this is Nash. I've been asked a lot of what's been happening in Korea and how we ended up locking in Metronome in the finals only to be disqualified for doing so. And I am writing this down to explain to those interested. Essentially what happened is they had an online tour. The tour didn't really work out, so you know they just picked the top 16 people and then sent them through to do a tournament with them. So 4 of them, Blue, Sangyun, me, and Mija were in the top 4 of the second ladder tour. The 4 decided to go on a Metronome battle to protest against all of the issues in the community. No IRL events, constant problems with the tour system, disregarding younger divisions, absurd compensation for the problems that they caused. But the real problem behind all this is that they show absolute disrespect for the players. During this week, Pokemon Korea suddenly sends an email to Blue disqualifying him without telling him why. When he called them to ask them, they refused to answer. They immediately gave his day 2 to Betago, and Betago agreed with the 3 of us, so the Metronome battle was to proceed. All 4 players were sent an email along with a notice that the official notice on the official website, Pokemon Korea account, Twitter, informing us that all 4 of us were disqualified. The reasoning behind it is all locked in a Pokemon that learned one specific move. According to Pokemon Korea, this falls into prohibited acts as written below. An act of causing harm to other participants or giving an offensive image. Then the one they really got DQ'd for. Other acts that Nintendo Co. and TPC and its subsidiaries deem inappropriate. Pokemon Korea saw our teams, didn't like it, and therefore disqualified all of us from playing Metronome. So, yeah, essentially that's what they did. So they all had Pokemon on their team that were going to learn Metronome, and more than likely they were either going to have like choice items on their Pokemon. So what happens when you use Metronome and you have a choice item, it locks you into using Metronome because that's what choice items do. Whatever move you use with like a choice band or choice specs or whatever, you're locked into using that move, but that move has boosted power. So if you get locked into using Metronome, you're just using random moves with boosted power for the entire match. You know, you can't switch a move. And so Nintendo figured out what they were going to do because they saw that, wait a minute, all 4 of these guys have Metronome. They all have grievances with the tournament system. They're just going to have a Metronome battle and thus disqualified all of them. Now, I kind of have, like, ever since the, like, Hong Kong, like Hearthstone situation, I have a very interesting take when it comes to like protests in video games and esports. Esports are just for the esport. All right, I mean, none of your socio-political issues are included. People are watching this for escapism. Just give them a good show and compete. But this is protesting against the system itself. So this is protesting against the actual tournament system, which has been pretty busted for Korea. So I think this is pretty interesting. I think what they did was right, you know what I'm saying, to try to get the system fixed. Because if you still got COVID regulations at this point, like, come on now. I mean, like people are going back to work. A lot of people aren't wearing masks. Like, I still wear a mask if there's a lot of people in a place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to Walmart the other day, and there was a whole lot of people, so I just went back to my car and got the mask. You know what I'm saying? But if it's not that many people, if it's like late and it's pretty empty, I just run in and run out. It's no big deal. COVID is largely over at this point. You know what I'm saying? So if you still got people doing like online matches, like this was like 2021 or something, y'all need to fix that, man. I mean, this is an esport of one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest properties in the world. Like, why are you not operating this properly? Tell me what you think in the comments down below. So, of course, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.